Good evening. Our top stories. Opposition completely disrupts Parliament and President's speech. First Lady addresses mobile money scam. And new laws to deal with the children restraints car seats. The headlines this evening brought to you with the kind compliments of the Hope is Rising concert.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
I am Morgana Bethune, sitting in for George Gonzalez. Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. The opposition leader led a staged internal protest that caught everyone by surprise in total defiance of all the rules of the parliament and with complete disregard for the presence of the head of state. The minority members jested, cheered and waved placards, a first ever for Parliament, as Wendell Jeffrey reports.
The opposition, led by former President Barra Jagdeo, caught the President and the majority side of the aisle by complete surprise as they, instead of walking out, as is usually the norm, broke out into incessant heckling, jesting, jeering, and the waving of placards. All the opposition parliamentarians were outfitted with placards. At the beginning of his address, Mr. Granger cited a clause in the Constitution which states that the President can at any time visit and address the Parliament. The President's theme surrounded the common good for all Guyanese. He noted that parliamentarians are obliged to participate meaningfully and that they must focus their deliberations in the House towards the common good of all citizens. However, in a complete act of defiance to the President, the opposition members began to chant slogans and completely drowned out the address by the President. The opposition members shouted slogans such as, "Where are the jobs? What about free and fair elections? What about the law? What about the rice farmers? Pay teachers more," and a long chanting session of "No more rigging." Many on the government side of the aisles watched on, stone-faced, and in utter disbelief. It was noted by many that this level of sustained, persistent disruption of the Parliament was never before seen in any of the previous 70 sittings. Even the constant banging of the gavel by the Speaker, Dr. Burton Scotland, was not enough to quiet the chants of the opposition. After their prolonged protest, the members of the PPP were seen converging at the Freedom House on Robb Street. For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
The Traffic Department is moving to enforce the laws that deal with child car restraint. Here is more from Esther Sobers.
New laws will be enforced after the Road Safety Month campaign. Traffic Chief Dion Moore told media operatives on Tuesday that the Forest Traffic Department is moving to enforce the laws that deals with the child restraint system. In keeping with the collaborative efforts, the National Road Safety Council will be educating the general public about the importance of car restraints for toddlers and young children traveling in the passenger vehicle.
The National Road Safety Council have gotten a donation from some mothers in Canada, and they would like to, we want to start a program on educating persons on how to use the encourage persons, matter of fact, not only educating them, telling them why it's important to use child restraints for children sitting in cars, and also we want to encourage taxi drivers and persons that usually be taking kids to have a car seat.
Patrons will not only be educated about the use of child restraints, but will also have a chance to win car seats for toddlers.
And the Road Safety Council having some free of cost. We'll be doing programs, and the programs you can win a car seat. Of course, if we had enough car seats to give everybody in the country, we would not have done it this way. So we're going to be out in different activities. You will be seeing and hearing how you can get a car seat, like our volunteer. We want to start, we always like to do housekeeping. We want to start at home first.
As we are in the month of road safety, persons are reminded to be wary on the roadways and how to use the roadways. The traffic departments would like the road users to be reminded that making roads safer for everyone starts with you. The theme for the month is Observe, Think, Drive. A second is all it takes to save a life. I'm Esther Sobers reporting for Channel 2 Headline News.
Thank you, Esther. Coming up after the break, PPP Party faithful show up in their numbers at Parliament buildings. Teachers Union begins wage talks and organization focuses on abuse. Stay with us.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Guyana, it's time to celebrate life at the Hope Rising Mega Concert on the 3rd of November at the National Stadium with performances from Travis Green and his band.
All things are working for my good, yeah, 'cause he's intentional.
Sherwin Gardner, Emran Henry, Guyana's very own Saiku Andrews.
If my pillow could speak, it would tell you how I wish.
Samuels Madas, Sherilyn Maloney, 3 major dance groups, and many more. Sponsored by GTT, Do More, Ministry of Social Protection, Dens Trading Export, Liberty Church, Queens, New York, Mr. D Kingdom Business International. Come celebrate life on the 3rd of November at the National Stadium at the Hope Rising Mega Concert.
Are you running out of ideas of what gift to buy? Scared of getting the wrong size or color or something they already have? Why not try a gift certificate from John Lewis Styles? Available in any dollar value and can be used towards clothing, shoes, and accessories. Let the person choose exactly what they want and they'll definitely be happy. Gift certificates can also be used as employee bonuses, sales incentives, and office gift exchanges. So try our gift certificates today. John Lewis Styles, simply different.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's for dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service.
Thank you for staying with us. First Lady Sandra Granger vented about a scam as she addresses an audience to mark the end of GT&T's Pinktober Cancer Awareness Month. Here is Wendell Jeffrey with the details.
An obviously annoyed First Lady, Sandra Granger, vented as she addressed an audience to mark the end of GT&T's Pinktober Cancer Awareness Month. Ms. Granger told her listeners that someone has been impersonating her over the past few months. In a condescending tone, with the deliberate intention to embarrass the culprit, the otherwise contained First Lady referred to the perpetrator as a damn crook. There is a woman going around the place who is impersonating me. This has been going on for months. She has an assistant, and she's calling people and saying she is me, and is duping people out of their money using mobile money, Ms. Granger said. The First Lady also told those gathered that the fraudsters had already tricked their victims out of hundreds of thousands of dollars by telling them that they can get visas for them. The scam first started in the interior, but after much success, the scam has now branched out to other regions. Mrs. Granger is asking that the word gets out that neither she nor her husband, President Granger, is offering any scholarships. Mrs. Granger spoke of one woman who, in tears, told her that she was swindled out of $90,000, with the gangsters claiming that her and her niece could benefit from scholarships. The matter is being investigated by the Guyana Police Force. For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Thank you, Wendell. The Guyana Teachers Union has gotten their needs met, at least for now. The President has followed through with the setting up of the high-level committee to begin wage negotiations. Wendell Jeffrey is following this story.
After the Guyana Teachers Union walked out of the failed talks with the Minister of Education, Nicolette Henry, last week, President David Granger immediately mitigated the fallout of the promised union strike by calling a meeting with the teachers' representatives. The breakdown came when the union reps were told by the subject minister that teachers would not be given any salary increases beyond what the normal public servants were recently promised. Those increases range from 0.5 to 8%. Sticking to the agreement, on Monday, a delegation of the teachers' union met with President David Granger. Also at the meeting were Minister Nicolette Henry and a few other government representatives. The president promised the teachers that his government will work at keeping the campaign promises that he had made with regards to collective bargaining. It was then agreed that a high-level team would be set up to begin the negotiations in earnest. Yesterday, that team was put in place. A who is who delegation convened for yesterday's meeting. On the government side were Marcel Hudson, Chief Education Officer, Adele Clark, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education, acting, and Genevieve Whitened, the former Chief Education Officer. On behalf of the union, there were Mark Light, the union president, Coretta MacDonald, the general secretary, Samantha Allen and Lancelot Baptiste, GTU's treasurer and administrative secretary, respectively. The Minister of Education, Nicolette Henry, chaired yesterday's meeting. However, Genevieve Whitened, the former Chief Education Officer, was appointed as the chair of the negotiating committee. The teachers were prepared to strike over the government's take-it-or-leave-it approach to wage increases. The union is demanding that the promised return to wage negotiations be applied and that the collective bargaining process be re-established. For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Thank you, Wendell. After the break, organization focuses on abuse, and the PPP diehards shows up in their number to protest.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Guyana, it's time to celebrate life at the Hope Rising Mega Concert on the 3rd of November at the National Stadium with performances from Travis Green and his band.
All things are working for my good, yeah, 'cause he's intentional.
Sherwin Gardner, Emran Henry, Guyana's very own Saiku Andrews.
If my pillow could speak, it would tell you how I wish.
Samuels Madas, Sherilyn Maloney, 3 major dance groups, and many more. Sponsored by GTT, Do More, Ministry of Social Protection, Dens Trading Export, Liberty Church, Queens, New York, Esther D. Kingdom Business International. Come celebrate life on the 3rd of November at the National Stadium at the Hope Rising Mega Concert.
Are you running out of ideas of what gift to buy? Scared of getting the wrong size or color or something they already have? Why not try a gift certificate from John Lewis Styles? Available in any dollar value and can be used towards clothing, shoes, and accessories. Let the person choose exactly what they want and they'll definitely be happy. Gift certificates can also be used as employee bonuses, sales incentives, and office gift exchanges. So try our gift certificates today. John Lewis Styles, simply different.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. That's it.
Welcome back. The Child Rights Alliance are focusing more on child neglect, and more complaints roll in about the abuse of Guyana's children. More from Esther Sobers.
The Child Rights Alliance organized an interactive roundtable discussion at the National Library Conference Room last evening. The discussion focused on their child neglect report, which states that child neglect is one of the highest forms of child abuse in Guyana. Communication Officer of ChildLink, Hassani Tini, gave Channel 2 headline news and insights about child neglect roundtable discussions.
Okay, so part of our advocacy efforts for the child neglect in Guyana report, apart from doing this roundtable discussion and our other programs on the media, we're going to be doing what's called community tours. We're basically going to go into communities in regions 3, 4, and 5 to various communities there. So we're going to go house to house and engage residents in those communities in one-on-one discussions so that we can help them to understand what child neglect is.
Mr. Tinney also spoke about community neglect, which he says is very prevalent in Guyana. He mentioned the case of Leonard Archibald, the 13-year-old boy who lost his life to a well-known abuser in the community.
There are different types of neglect: physical, emotional, educational, and medical neglect. But one of the forms of neglect that we don't really pay much attention to is community neglect. And we are all aware of the case of the young man from the boy from East Berbice, Leonard Archibald, who persons in the community, they were aware that there was a perpetrator in the community, and nobody reported the matter. Nobody took any serious steps to ensure that this perpetrator was brought to justice. And as a result, or that was one of the main contributing factors to the fact that this young man was sexually assaulted and was murdered. So this is just to say that it's very important to report. Community neglect is where the community is aware that there is a case of neglect.
Child neglect is detrimental to the development of children, and thus there is a growing concern because of the number of reported cases. A survey conducted by ChildLink right here in Guyana showed that in 2016 there were 3,842 reported cases of abuse, of which 2,038 were cases of child neglect. I'm Esther Solworth reporting for Channel 2 Headline News.
Thank you, Esther. Hundreds of PPP followers show up at the Parliament in full party mood. They sang, danced, and shouted messages to the president, not to be outdone with the coalition's counter-protesters. More from Wendell Jeffrey.
The leader of the opposition, Barra Jack Dio, said that the PPP would begin a period of civil disobedience, and from the looks of things, it has started. Hundreds of supporters of the People's Progressive Party, dressed mostly in the party's colors, lined the streets around the Parliament building today. They were very boisterous and animated, and at intervals, they even broke out in singing and dancing. Some had some very special messages for the president.
And so I think he broke the spirit of the Constitution. And if we want to move together and to move forward to develop Guyana, then we must not be dishonest in our approach, in governance, or dealing with the masses.
That Granger believes he's above the law. He's made a U-turn to the 1980. All his policies on the economy is 1980 policies, and we've got to fight to ensure Guyana goes back to a transformation where we can make money. We have to reverse the taxes on the people, and we've got to ensure a good life for all of us, not just for the government and their ministers.
I'm here because of GCOM. Patterson is too old to be a chairperson for our country. Why they could not pick an opposition of the 18 that he presented to them? Why they could not pick one of them? That's what my problem is about here.
And then there were the counter-protesters, those who came out in support of the president and his policies.
Kill me when we used to protest. Kill me, people out of Linden. And we want Judge York for jail. Judge is a thief. Judge is a thief, guy needs money. And you're supposed to put him in jail. He's a blasted thief.
One of the best president guy I never seen, Mr. Granger. And he's going to fix it right. All we want is one people, one nation, and one destiny. We want all guys need to live together. But each of them want to separate this country by the life.
We don't care. We come up for support with president. Because he's a cool man. He do what he had to do. And nobody's supposed to grumble. David after Granger.
The placards told stories of the sentiments of the protesters, as many sought to register their frustration with the work of the government, especially the latest move by the president to unilaterally appoint a GCOM chair. If the opposition leader was hoping to make a lasting impression today, he definitely succeeded. For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.